What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be going over a very useful product for the CanAm Ryker, but it will also work for other similar vehicles that happens to use the electronic key like this that clips onto the side of the vehicle to allow it to start and function. So any type of vehicle that uses these types of electronic keys that actually just clips on with a ball mount like that, this product might be for you. Now for some of you that own these types of vehicles, or like the CanAm Ryker here, you'll know that the vehicle will not start or function without the key clipped onto the side. However, these little plastic keys that just kind of clip on like that, they could easily be lost or stolen. Now the problem with little keys like this is if you happen to have this key on your bike, and let's say as you're driving down the road, it falls off, the bike will still continue to run and function. You might get a warning light on the dash that says check the key, but the bike will function until you shut the bike off. But it will not start again unless you have the key attached to the vehicle. So the problem with these little keys is that to replace them, they're extremely expensive. We're talking well over $100 from the dealership, which is why the product we're going to be going over today might be for you. So without further ado, let's jump in and see what we could do about this key issue. Okay, so as you can see, here's my 2021 CanAm Ryker 900. Now, again, here is the key. I'll try to give you a close-up look of it. It's just a little electronic key like that. And you see how it has like a ball mount opening? What you do is it clips right on that ball mount right there, just like that. Now, it does wobble around a little bit. It's meant to do that. But if this key ever gets knocked off by your leg, or it happens to fall off, or one of these little wing clips here breaks off and it falls off, and you're driving and you don't notice it, whenever you shut that bike off, this bike will be dead in the water. So let me just go ahead and show you what I mean. So let's go ahead and put the key on. I'm gonna go ahead and start it up. Safety brake is on. We're gonna go ahead and drop the safety brake off, and we're gonna put it in reverse. So let's just go ahead and back up a little bit. Okay, so now that we're out in the driveway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the bike in forward, and we're gonna drive forward into the garage. While I'm driving forward, I'm gonna remove the key while we're moving. And then you will see that the bike will still continue to function, but as soon as we shut it off, you'll see that it won't restart. So let's get ahead. We're in drive now. I'm gonna start moving forward. I'm gonna pull the key out and I'll show you it. Here we go. Moving forward, I pulled the key, here it is. And we pulled forward. So as you can see here, it says check key. The key is in my hand. As you can see over here, the key is no longer on it. The bike is still running and functioning. So if we go ahead and put it in reverse, check key, we're still moving, okay? I'll go ahead and put it in drive. Let's move forward. Still says check key, we're still running. So the bike will still function as normal. Now, once you turn it off, we can put our safety brake back on, but see? Nothing will work because your bike is now dead because you don't have the key. Now again, once you shut it off and put the key back in, okay, then we can turn it back on. We're good to go. So the whole point that I'm trying to make is that these little keys are not very secure. Now they do make aftermarket cases for these types of keys where you can attach a lanyard and attach the lanyard to your bike, so in case it falls off, you won't completely lose it. But let's face it, most of us don't use them because they're big and bulky and they don't look real good. Plus, when you start getting a big case on the key, you can see right here, the key already sticks out past the fairing. But once you add a case to this and it sticks out a little further out to here, you're more likely to have this key catch on your pant leg or whatever the case is and knock it off. But once you lose this key, you're pretty much stuck on the side of the road unless you have a backup key. And then to replace these keys, it's well over $100, if not more than that, to have a replacement electronic key like this done from the factory. which is why this new product is so useful. And the product we're talking about today is going to be the Dooplicator key. Now, the Dooplicator key is an application that you get on your phone. It's very simple and easy to use. It's free to download the app. All you have to do in the app is scan the key within the app. The app sends the information from your key to the company. They create a duplicate key for you and then they mail it out. It shows up in about a week, and once you have it, you now have a backup key, which I would recommend using instead of the factory keys because it's much cheaper to get a duplicator key than to replace a factory key. So I already ordered a key. It took about a week to come in. I'm gonna splice this video into a week ago when I scanned the key to show you how the app works, and then we'll jump ahead back into today and we'll test it out. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and take our key out of the ignition right here. We're gonna open up the Dooplicator app, and then we're gonna scan key, and then we're gonna hold it here, right there, already done. Found key, extracted date, continue with your email address. Let me do that. Okay, so I just put my email in, and it says right there, your key has successfully been saved and is now available for duplication. Click order. It takes you to their website. It's $55 for the black one. And this one does come with a magnet too, so it's good for just like magnetizing it in your garage or to your refrigerator so you don't lose it. So you could choose black or high visibility orange. I'm just gonna go with black, and then we're going to add to the cart. So we just added it to the cart. So I'm gonna go ahead and click checkout, put my information in, pay for it, and then within a week it'll show up and we'll follow up with this video as soon as it comes in. Okay, so as you can see, the process of doing the duplicator key order is very simple and easy. It's only a little over 50 bucks to get a duplicator key, which is more than half the cost of getting a key from the factory. So now that we have it in, let's go ahead and open it up and see what it looks like. Okay, so here we go here. Let's go ahead and open it up. Okay, it took about a week to get. Okay, you have your information in your order form. And here is the new magnetized duplicator key. So as you can see here, it has the same type of ball mount clip that the original factory key has. The back here is not as big, so it's gonna be a little bit more slim and streamlined. And there's a magnet here. You could always come over here and take your key and magnetize it to anything metal, like a bolt, like that. You can do it over here on a bolt like that. Again, anything that's metal, this magnet will stick to, even the shock. So as you can see, it's a very convenient key to have because you can stick it multiple places. And it does have a little hole here on the side right here by my finger that you can always tie like a little tether strap to if you wanted to tie a string or a strap to hold it in place. But it's very small and much more streamlined. So once you clip it on here, now you can see here, it no longer sticks out past the fairing and is less likely to get caught on your pant leg or be knocked off. Then to take it off, you just pop it off, magnetize it somewhere, stick it in your pocket. It's much smaller. There you go. Clip it on. Let's go ahead and try it out. See, everything's working. Everything seems normal. Bike starts. Put it in reverse. Take the safety brake off. Okay, so now we're in reverse. Let's go ahead and put it back in drive. There you go. So as you can see there, everything works as normal. And again, this key is much more convenient to put in your pocket. It has a dedicated magnet to mount it somewhere, whether you want to mount it in your house or mount it on your bike for safekeeping. And this duplicator key is much cheaper to replace compared to the stock key right here. So I would always recommend get yourself a duplicator key and then put your stock key in the house for safekeeping, and then just use your duplicator key for your day-to-day driving, because this key right here is much more expensive to replace, and it's probably worth more in value, which is why you might see people out there trying to steal these off your bike. So you always have to remember to take your key off the bike when you're leaving the bike outside, because if you leave this key on the bike, your bike can easily be turned on and stolen. but it's much easier to work with a duplicator key and it costs much less than a factory key. So as you just seen here, the duplicator key works flawlessly. Again, it's very easy to scan in and order one for yourself. It takes about a week to get, and that way you can put your factory keys in the house for safekeeping, and then you're just using the duplicator key for your day-to-day driving. Okay, everybody, so there you go. So as I just demonstrated, this duplicator key works exactly the same as the factory key here. This duplicator key right here costs less than half of what this key would cost to replace. So again, my recommendations, get yourself a duplicator key, put your factory keys in the house for safekeeping, and just use this one. It's much smaller, it's less likely to be knocked off the bike with your pant leg. It's smaller, so it's gonna fit in your pocket a little easier. It does have a clip on here in case you wanna add a key ring and put it on your keys. It does have a magnet on the back if you wanna mount it to, like, say, your refrigerator or somewhere on the bike, just to kind of keep it out of the way, and it works perfectly fine. So my overall initial impressions of the duplicator key for your CanAm Ryker, or maybe your jet ski or your UTV or whatever the case may be, I give it a thumbs up, I give it a go. Again, it's a much better value because it costs a lot less to get this key than it would be to replace this key. So that's it for today's video. I hope this video helps some of you out. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like this video. If you have any questions at all, put them in the comments section and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And also do me a favor, subscribe to the channel because it definitely helps me out and I greatly appreciate it. So that's it. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. I truly appreciate you all. Thank you. And as always, see you in the next video.